is the name of that software we use to make our videos? Huh? Oh, that's right.
Hi, Tracy.
Hey there. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, okay, I'm fine, although I assume you're facing the same challenge I'm facing, that they're predicting an Arctic cold front that will come pounding through my area. They're guessing I'll have -20 or worse Celsius, -15
No, I'm afraid
Fahrenheit.
they're predicting a warm up for us. It's going to be in the 40s.
Oh, wow. So you're now that's surprising. Okay. Sorry, Andrea. You probably want to run the meeting rather than listening to me talk about how cold it's going to be in
That's
Colorado.
horrible, though. Is that all of Colorado, or how far down? I know you're
I
pretty far north, right?
Yeah, I'm very far north, and so I don't know how far the cold blitz will extend south, but they're telling us it's going to get very cold.
Okay.
We'll see. As usual, weather predictions are, well, they're about as reliable as weather predictions usually are, right? So we'll see.
Let's hope they're wrong.
Exactly. That's what I hope. I'd like to stay warm.
Yeah. It's a terrible thing to have that when you have animals too. We have horses, and
Right. Oh
that
yeah,
would
I would
just,
assume the horses, it's a very big deal, right? Because
yeah,
you
that
get
would
to
be
a
no
certain
fun.
temperature and it's could be dangerous to the life of the horse.
I don't know what we would do in that kind of cold. I don't think we would. Yeah, that would be a problem.
Well, so you have a barn for the horses, I assume?
Yeah, and they have blankets, but that's cold.
Well,
Yeah, I was
they'll get extra blankets, just like
I was
everybody
Yeah.
else does when you.
assuming extra blankets or put in a temporary space heater if you have to take the edge off, something like
Yeah.
that.
I
Well,
don't know if it would make a
horses,
difference.
Uh,
as long as the horses are moving, they're fine. That's the kick with the cold temperatures in horses. One, they grow their coats. Two, their blood movement is entirely tied upon movement. So even in really, really cold, the idea is don't put them in a barn, let them walk to keep the blood flowing and the response to it. They
Yeah, well, we have a quarter horse that was bred not to have hair. He's about as bald as they come for a horse.
Yeah.
And both of them are
Well,
in their 20s, and they're not interested in moving around too
uh,
much.
yeah.
right.
At that point, blankets really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So let's get started. Sorry, joined late. I was stuck in another meeting, but yeah, welcome back. Happy New Year, everyone. And it's already the 14th, but I hope everyone had a great break. Right. So a couple of things on the agenda for today, as usual. Feel free to jump in or new things as we go. Last time we met, at the end of 2024, we were discussing about meeting time, and I think I propose moving to Wednesday 5 to 6 p.m. UTC. That would work for most. I had a chat with Garima. She confirmed that that time would work for her too, but I couldn't get a response from Damien. But my proposal would be then to change the time to Wednesday 5 to 6. So that we have some more people that could join. But I just wanted to check with folks today if this is still okay or things changed in the meanwhile, and this is now a no-go for anyone.
That time's okay for me.
I think it's okay for us.
Okay. Okay. I will propose to make the update, and yeah, I'm not sure if there is this new way to set up meetings through LFX, which Michelle manages, so we could do it either that way or just move the existing calendar invite. I need to check with her what's the best way. But yeah. All right. So the next thing on project update, this is from Roxanne that she added to the agenda. The proposal is to have the next round of updates from project by March the 1st for Q1. So I will send notification around as usual to collect the updates from all the projects. So we get the usual blog post from Roxanne and everything. Then yeah, I'll just go through unless there are questions on any of this. So for SIG updates, that we had on the 7th, there was the first meeting of the CI/CD cybersecurity working group. Thanks, Tracy, for hosting it. I wasn't able to be there. I was still on out of office, but I watched the recording. And it looks like there is a really good crowd of people there, or a group of people there. I don't know if Tracy, you wanted to provide any specific updates or comments on this.
Sure. I was pretty happy about the people who showed up. We had 2 individuals from the Open Group, which is it's a nonprofit around software security, not part of the Linux Foundation, and they've done quite a bit of research and work on the topic of where you put security tooling in the pipeline. Most of it is commercial. What we want to do is use that model, build it out a bit, and really focus on open source tooling that a Jenkins administrator or somebody from Tecton could look at that, and something that's really easy to do, and it's not theoretical, and it's not a lot of standards. Just, hey, this is what you'll get if you add this, and here's some plugins, or here's some sample CLI interfaces that will allow you to do it. That's really our ultimate goal. So we have a really good starting point, and the 2 that came from the Open Group are super excited about sharing this with a community that is more hands-on. So I think that we'll have a good group. We've had about 10 additional people sign up in the last week. So I think that I think it's a hot topic, and I think people want to solve it.
Thank you.
Remains to be seen. We'll see how it goes.
Thanks, Tracy, again for driving this initiative.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't have any specific update on the data ops initiative. I don't know if anyone else would like to share. Okay. Then the next thing is about the TOC chair election. So I recently realized it's been 2 years since I was elected. It was actually the blog from Roxanne was on the 16th of January in 2023, which is now 2025. And so we amended the charter to give 2 years for TOC chair and deputy chair last year. So I stayed an additional year until now, but I think we need to run elections now for the next TOC chair to ensure that we have good healthy rotation of leadership on the TOC. So I will chat with Michelle, as she usually helps out with setting up the election and the nomination periods and everything. Yeah, so there's no particular rule in terms of requirement for or like obligation for an individual not to serve again as chair. In the charter, I mean, the TOC says the charter says the TOC may choose to implement term limits for individuals, but I'm not aware that we've done that. But still, I think it would be really good to have some new candidates for this chair position. Yeah, to have like healthy rotation.
So, Andrea, are you burning out on this role? Because I don't know if I don't know if everybody on this call would, I think that for me, at least, I have appreciated how you've managed this process, and I'd hate to lose you. So I don't have a problem with you continuing on if we don't want to hold elections, or if we hold elections and add you to the list.
Right. If there's an election, Andrea, you're my first nominee. So, but if you say, I flatly reject that, Mark, please find another way. I think you've done a great job, and I would love to have you continue. Continuity for me is more valuable than rotation in most of these things. Are you willing to continue? Or are you finding that no, it's not really a good thing for you?
No, I wouldn't say it's not a good thing for me. I mean, I love it in this group. It's great, It's so I probably should be able to continue if folks wanted me to continue. But yeah, I think.
So I would suggest we do either this time or next time we do nominations, and go from there. So if we have a couple people that want to do it, then we'll do the elections. If Andrea's the only nominee, then it kind of goes that way, So that would be my suggestion, to give other people an opportunity to get in the mix if they want to.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
fine to me. Do the bylaws, the charter require an election? I assume it does, that it's not an indefinite period.
And it's just an election amongst ourselves, I believe, the members of the TOC, not the whole
Exactly.
not the whole CDF.
Yeah, that's correct, Steve. So it's among TOC representative. The chair position is
because we had the chair and the did we do the co-chair or whatever we're calling it these days? I can't remember.
Yes, I'm the
yeah.
co-chair.
Tracy is the co-chair.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. As far as I remember, the chair of the TOC is a member of the TOC, so it must be selected amongst the members of the TOC and is voted on by the members of the TC only. So you're right, we probably don't need to do it like as a formal election, and we can manage it within this group. I think as long as we, document it in the meeting notes, it's on the recording and everything, it's fine. But yeah, I agree with your proposal, Steve, to give like people an opportunity to nominate themselves if they would like to. Yeah, okay, sounds
And
good.
yeah, and I think maybe because I don't think we have everybody here today, so I think that
Yeah.
would be just get it out there so everybody knows that this is going to happen. If they want to nominate or self-nominate, go that route, and maybe the next time when we have our first meeting on the new schedule, that we do it at that time. So basically, get the nomination process going out there. We could do that through just the email, or in person our next meeting, and then we just vote on it in person if we have quorum. Just keep it simple.
Okay, that's good. And anything else on this? No? Okay. Then the next two are from Roxanne again. So she published the CDF annual report for 2024. It's available this link. So please feel free to review it. There is still the option to, change anything that you might find that is not correct, and project updates or so. And yeah, in terms of event, CDCon 2025, there is CFP open until February the 16th. The program committee will be announced this week. And the other conference is FOSDEM, which starts on February the 1st, and you can find here the schedule for the city and testing dev room. And there will be a Jenkins Contributor Summit at FOSDEM, which I assume, Mark, you're writing about. Yeah.
Yes, I am, and I can give more info if that helps.
Please do. Yeah.
So we're excited to have 20 plus Jenkins contributors meeting together all day Friday, the 31st of January, right before FOSDEM. We'll meet in Belgium at Beta Cowork to review the status of the Jenkins project and discuss the next steps for it. That group of contributors, roughly half of them will have their travel funded by Software in the Public Interest. Software in the Public Interest was the previous holder of the Jenkins trademark, and they acted as our legal entity. And they had some funds that they've had for a long time that they need to actually have spent. And so it helps the Jenkins project. So they will reimburse the people for their travel. About 9 or 10 of those 20 people will be reimbursed through Software in the Public Interest. The other part will be funded by CloudBees. So
Nice.
we're thrilled to have both groups able to attend. We've got an all-day agenda just packed full of status reports and workshops and sessions to be sure that we get the right people in the right place. We'll even have Michael Windsor of Alpha Omega attending. So we have some external contributors. We've got a person from Apache, the Apache Software Foundation attending, and are looking forward to all sorts of good things coming out of this contributor summit.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm quite thrilled. The SPI funding probably won't be able to happen again because we'll have used most of the money this year. but we may come back and ask to use, if this is as successful as I think it will be, we may next year use funding from the Linux Foundation's Community Bridge that is funding for Jenkins. We've got money in that account that we haven't spent in general. So we'll test drive this, see how it works, and if it's successful, we'll consider it again. So really, really excited about it. Seriously thrilled to have this and have so many good topics for discussion.
That's great. Sounds pretty good, Mark. Are sessions going to be recorded by any chance, or is it going to be?
We definitely won't broadcast, and we might record the presentations just for archive purposes. We don't want the overhead of having to try to do a live stream, right? That's just that tends to derail face-to-face meetings. We've intentionally brought these people together face-to-face so that they can have the high efficiency communication of being in the room together.
Yeah,
so we
that makes
might
sense.
record presentations. We certainly won't record the workshops, the separate breakout sessions, because I don't know how we would ever do that.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, thanks for sharing this. Exciting. I assume you'll be there, right, Mark?
I will be, yeah. So yes,
Yeah.
I'm delighted. I'll be funded to be there, and we've got several others like me. We'll have, I think right now the plan is that all 5 members of the Jenkins Governing Board will be there in attendance, and that'll be a first in many, many years that we've had all 5 board members present.
Yeah, exciting. All right. Anything else from anyone else to share today? Sounds like a no. Well, it was great to see everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time.
Hey, have fun.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bring out
everybody.
Belgium, Mark.
See you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.